Hopkins has told us where he wants to go. He's mapped it out. He says, I want to catch footballs from Jalen Hurts, but first I want to catch footballs from Josh Allen if you can make that work. Hurts would be number 2. Mahomes, number 3. Lamar, 4. And he mentioned Herbert, but couldn't remember his name. So I don't know how likely that one is, but money's going to talk. If any of these teams come a knocking, and the two teams we're going to talk about in a minute that are most likely are the Bills and the Chiefs because they made actual trade inquiries. Any of these teams come a knocking, they're going to ink them. So we'll break it down. Then we're getting into a mock draft or two. The Fantasy Football Show Graveyard Edition begins right now, broskies. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios, it's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
We will be mock drafting very shortly. We're going to get into some DeAndre Hopkins talk, maybe open the phone lines a little bit. Then we're going to kickstart. Actually, we might kickstart a mock draft as we talk. I'm not too sure how we're going to do it right now. We're just coming in and doing it live is how we like to do it here on the Fantasy Football Show. File on in, hit that like button on your way in the door, and let's get to it. So Hopkins was interviewed, obviously on NFL Network. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it by now, talking about where he wants to play football, or specifically the questions were, who are your favorite quarterbacks? What quarterbacks do you want tossing you the pigskin in 2023? And his first response was Josh Allen. His second response was Jalen Hurts. His third response was Mahomes. He did mention Lamar as his fourth option. And then he couldn't remember his name, but he said the guy in San Diego. The guy the guy does the thing. That guy, answered it kind of like Biden. The guy. And they're like, Josh Allen? He's like, Josh Allen, the guy. So I'm not sure how much that's on his mind. He did say Houston. I've heard good things about the guy in Houston, Stroud. That was something that someone brought up the other night, but I don't think that's going to happen, number one, because Houston's in a mode of rebuild, and going after Hopkins makes very little sense for that team and the way they're building. But it's funny he mentioned that because someone said, what about going back to Houston? I said 0% chance, -% chance. I still think it's a very astronomically low percentage chance, but it was ironic that the man did say, I heard good things about the guy in Houston, Stroud, the guy here in Houston. He does like Houston. So, I don't think that ends up happening. Houston's not on that track. We got a couple of super chats here. I'll get to these first, and then we'll maybe open the phone lines. Aloha says, I was at work when the Mars Men went live. I thought it was Monday. I didn't even see the email until 6 p.m. Glad people got in, though. There'll be the Moon Men cards, though, as well, Aloha, if you want to get in on that. DM me right now or email me right now if you want a link. I will personally guarantee you a Moon Man spot. Okay? I'll personally guarantee you a Moon Man spot. They went so quick. Email me right now. You will have a Moon Man spot, okay? If you email me. Appreciate you, Aloha. You are the man, the myth, the legend. You are guaranteed. I did say you would get into this group no matter what. The Moon Man spot, if you want it, is yours for the taking. I'll send you a link to purchase it. Just email me right now. It seems like someone may have bought some sort of a gifted membership because these are flying on the screen right here. I'm pretty sure somebody dropped one. It looks like TMT came in strong with a 10 gifted super chat droppage. Aloha, let's everybody give Aloha a round of applause too, because Aloha was the highest super chatter in a single live stream for weeks and weeks. This guy sat atop the throne, and he's got his own emoji. And I'm going to show it again because Aloha deserves to be, celebrated, because this man is an absolute legend. We love Aloha here. He's dropped $50 haulers after $50 haulers, dropping predictions on the board. Aloha, I'm telling you, email me though. I need the email. Send me the email. I have so many things coming at me. I need an email. Do it live. That way I don't forget you to get you in the Moon Man list. Here's Aloha's emoji. He had that for a while. Can I get some new emojis for DW is now the highest super chatter in a single live stream. He dropped a 500 wad. DW, this is his emoji. It's the eggplant 500, and this guy brought it in strong the other night. Put the eggplant on the screen. 500 bills, and we celebrate both Aloha and DW for being the highest super chatters of the year. Let's go.
Mashed potatoes.
So thank you, Aloha, again. Lancaster says Diggs outside round 1 if Bills sign Hopkins. Probably, bro, because he's already borderline like 12, 13 or 10, 11, 12, 13, right? Diggs doesn't feel like a top 8, 9 lock. So he's 10, 11, 12. I think the addition of Hopkins moving him down 2 or 3 spots seems reasonable. It's appropriate too. I don't necessarily think it's out of line or anything like that. So definitely feel like that's acceptable and understandable and probably the right move. If I had to guess, a lot of people are asking me, where does he go? The honest truth is no one knows. No one knows because we don't know what these teams are doing. We don't know if Josh Allen and the Bills are even interested as much anymore because they brought in Kincaid and drafted around the problems they saw at their doorstep walking into the draft. And so they couldn't get a deal with Hopkins. They went in and got Kincaid. Who knows what happens there? The Philadelphia Eagles would be stupid, as would the Bills, to not consider this a move that could block the Kansas City Chiefs from even getting another weapon, right? So if anything, these teams need to be looking at it from the perspective of, let's block KC. Let's block KC, stop KC from getting a weapon that's going to make them a returning Super Bowl champion or a repeat champion. Because they get Hopkins, I don't want to say it's a wrap, but it's close to a wrap. It's close to a wrap. They're certainly going to have to fight to win a Super Bowl. I get that. It's not going to be handed to them. They're not just going to walk right in and just smash everybody. The Hurts and the Eagles are still going to be a tough team to go through. But you get Hopkins, you're in repeat mode. You're in full repeat mode, and it's just a matter of a team getting lucky and knocking you off like the Eagles or something. The Chicago Bears would be smart to go get Hopkins. I think they'd be total NFC contenders. Championship game bound if they got DeAndre Hopkins to catch footballs from Justin Fields. Lamar Jackson, he would be in MVP talks again if he got DeAndre Hopkins. Herbert would be absolutely secured up if he ended up landing Hopkins. And he'd probably be, I mean, I don't see how he would put Mike Williams, on this, in 3 wide receiver sets, maybe Mike Williams does stay in the lineup, but this is a situation where Hopkins goes, wherever Hopkins goes, he's going to be a starter. If he goes to the Eagles, he probably won't be the number 1 or number 2 wide receiver. Devontae Smith has earned that spot, but they'll move those guys around enough that it's going to be hard to tell who's the number 2, to be honest. Josh Allen and the Bills, like Lancaster said, you're definitely going to see Diggs drop a little bit, but Diggs is the number 1 wide receiver. Hopkins would be the clearest day number 2, and it would kind of hurt Kincaid a little bit. Hopkins would be the number 1 wide receiver in Baltimore immediately. I don't care who they drafted. Flowers, he's great, but he's a rookie. Odell Beckham Jr. is not going to stay healthy. Hopkins would be the number 1 wide receiver in LA, but I don't know that he would hold the number 1 role on the depth chart, but he would be the number 1 wide receiver. I think Keenan Allen would probably hang on to his number 1 depth chart label, but I don't think he'd be I think it would be Hopkins. Hopkins would be the number 1 wide receiver on this team, not on this team, but be close for who's going to be number 2. I mean, he's just going to muddy up the waters there. If he lands in Philly, that's really bad for those wide receivers. Amazing for Hurts. Anywhere he goes, he helps the quarterback. He goes here, he's now putting Lamar in top 4 quarterback consideration. Now, who's he drop out? Who's he knock out of the top 4? I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and speculate until that happens and try and devalue a guy like Burrow or Josh Allen or whoever until it happens. Lamar's not in the top 4, not in the top 5, in my opinion. Fields, it would do the same thing. He goes to Chicago. He's moving potentially one of the big 4 out or having cups of coffee consistently and make it a real close race for who's the number 4 QB in fantasy football 2023. Talking about Fields if he got his hands on DeAndre Hopkins. And Josh Allen, Man, to the moon, to the moon. Hurts to the moon, Allen to the moon, Mahomes to the moon, Lamar to the moon, Herbert to the moon. Hopkins is an absolute quarterback helper. He's going to help a quarterback vault into another stratosphere. And he still has it. He's still got the hands. He's still got the ability. He's, for the first time, wherever he goes, for the first time, he will be. And I'm sorry, TMT. Appreciate TMT again dropping the super chat. My man TMT. We also got Russian Collusion dropping a super chat. We got Aloha dropping yet another super chat. Let me find Aloha's other super chat that he just dropped. TMT, appreciate you dropping those emojis. Where did the other super chat go? Here we go. I just emailed the double DW is the real legend. You guys are both legends, and thank you for emailing me. Russian Collusion. Smitty D-Hop had a Cowboys hat on when he did the interview. Did he have the Cowboys hat? Let me see. I don't know if that's a Cowboys hat. Tough to say. It's interesting though. Smoke, who knows? Someone said that he was at the airport, and there was a photo that I think has been recycled over the last couple of years. It was going around Twitter of him saying he's headed to Philadelphia, and the guy looks so different. Guy looks like he's got about 20 pounds on Hopkins, and he's leaning over at the counter, and people were just going nuts on Twitter saying he's going to Philly. Yeah, email me. Actually, I got your message. Ada's gonna have a spot. Let me write it down here. Ada, I'll give you a Moon Man link. Aloha. I got you guys written down. Okay, got you guys written down. There's gonna be about, I don't know, maybe 8 more spots for the Moon Man cards. Okay, and the Moon Man's gonna be the second division, so to speak, of this 24. And it's only going to have 24 card members, 12 Marsmen, and I'm one of them, so really it's 11 on the Marsmen side, and 12 Moon Men. And the 2 leagues they're separate. They're both live streamed. They're both going to be a big part of the show all year long, and the 2 leagues are side by side, kind of. And the winner of the Moon Men will jump into the Marsmen League the next year. And the loser, the absolute worst team in the Marsmen, will fall into the Moon Men. He'll hold his title of a Marsman. He will not lose any of his perks or anything like that. You don't lose your card. You don't gain a card. But you're infiltrating or falling into, disgracefully, into the other league or rise into the other league. These 24 will always remain unless somebody quits. Then we'll replace somebody if they quit. But you are guaranteed a spot in these 2 drafts, or one of these 2 drafts in one of these 2 communities, and you're going to be there. It's 24. There's 8 spots left. People are going to be upset that they get out. They don't get into this thing. Okay, Russian, appreciate you dropping that $5 hauler. Looks like we got another super chat here. You should start the Garrett Wilson draft now. We're going to do it after the mock draft, Aloha, because we want to show a little bit of it. And I don't want to jump between 2 things. I'm going to start the mock draft entry right now. I'm going to go from the 5 spot. I don't think I've done that for a while. I'll drop the link to the mock right now in the live chat. So jump into that right there. For those of you that want to get into the Garrett Wilson private draft in a little bit, let me go ahead and drop the Underdog Fantasy link. So if anybody has not yet subscribed or I'm signed up on Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty, go ahead and do so here. I'll pin the live or pin the link here. Make sure you're good to go and ready to roll. Lancaster says Moon Man requirements. Hit that. I'll hit that quick. Lancaster, send me an email, Smitty at my site, the Fantasy Football Show. Hit me if you have interest, Lancaster, and I'll go over that. What do you think? What is everybody's prediction here? Sir Isaac says, sup Smitty, no Petrified Peters around here. Absolutely, Isaac. I would love to know what you guys think. Where's D-Hop landing? Drop it in the chat right now. I'm going to drag your predictions onto the screen for the next 30, 40 seconds. So drop your prediction. Where does D-Hop land? I want to know your prediction. If I had to guess, I don't want it to be Buffalo, but I'm trying to be objective here. because I don't want Kincaid to be affected. KC. I'm going to say KC, and I don't know if that's just, I don't know how much bias is creeping into that, because I feel like he doesn't affect anybody. Like I like Kadarius Toney. I do like Kadarius Toney, but I'm not that worried about that, value taking a hit, because I don't have Kadarius Toney everywhere. And Kadarius Toney is like one of those players that, I got him in 1 or 2 leagues. We don't have a ton invested in him. There's been concern about him. It just hasn't felt completely right. We put him on the satellite. We haven't actually done it, but we said we're putting him on the satellite man list. There's an equal mix of excitement and concern, and it wouldn't break my heart. And it would certainly make Mahomes arguably the number 1 quarterback across the board. Dynasty redraft, just having Hopkins there for even 2 years just makes a big difference. It impacts that, or Lamar. Mahomes impacts those rooms very little in terms of my expectation level or level of concern for fantasy football players. Honestly, I wouldn't mind him in any of the last 3 teams here. KC, Ravens, Chargers, because I don't have any investment whatsoever. Honestly, I don't think in very many drafts, I've got a couple Quentin Johnston teams that have him in like a best ball, like in later rounds, like, I don't know, 4 drafts out of 200. I have no investment in anybody but Herbert. And so going to the Chargers would be amazing. Going to the Ravens, I don't have any investments that are hardcore heavy duty in anybody, on that Ravens roster, period. I'm starting to like JK a little bit. That wouldn't change JK. That would just maybe open up the run a little bit. Mahomes would be perfect because I don't have super heavy investments in anybody but Pacheco and Mahomes and Kelsey. I don't think it crushes any of those. I don't think it'll be a big deal. Moon Men squad up, says Travis. Travis is the first Moon Man card holder. So he's kind of like, I would say, running for president of the Moon Man Card Club because he was there first, and he's waiting for the rest of you to join him. Aloha says, whoever got a Marsman card, let me know. I might want to buy it. He's black market on the Marsmen. I'm sorry, Aloha, how fast those went. And I couldn't. It's hard to let everybody know when I'm doing it. I said I might do it on Monday or Tuesday, but everybody wanted to know, hey, Smitty, let me know. I want to get it. I want to reserve one. I want to get in line. And it just got to the point where within 5 hours, and we said it live on the show, and I did put it on my Instagram. Come now. I put it on my Instagram. You guys got to follow me on all the platforms because you never know when something breaking is going to happen. But I put it on my Instagram, put it on my stories. You got to follow my stories. You got to subscribe. You got to go to my Instagram and hit the bell notification, which should be like in the top right corner of my profile. Turn on the notifications. And I said, look, these are going to go quick. These are going to go quicker than I thought. Within like 5 hours, it was all a wrap. And it was only that, it only took that long because I had to go slow with it because I didn't want to send out, 18 links and then all 18 of you buy it. I had to make sure I did one at a time, and it still went in 6 hours or 7 hours. Where did everybody predict that we would be looking at here? Let's see. We got Cincinnati, D-Hop. We got Baltimore. Hang tight real quick. Okay, sorry about that. Scroll up says Trey. I don't know what you're telling me to scroll up for. What am I gonna find? You gotta bring it to my attention. D-Hop goes to Atlanta. I don't, that would be crazy, but I don't think so. KC, the Browns. I think the Browns are very little chance. Saints, I think very little chance, but possible. Bills. These are all very, 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 very interesting votes here. I don't see a whole lot of consistency. Detroit, everybody's all over the place. Patriots, literally one after the other seems different. Ron Navy in the building. Appreciate you being here. Ron Sick Nasty in the building. Chunk, appreciate you, Chunk. Nevin in the building. Lone Sentinel. Appreciate you all. File on in. Russian Collusion says, Smitty, can Aloha and I partner up? You can do whatever you want, pal. You can do whatever you and well, I mean, it's not going to really, I don't know how that, I mean, you could do whatever you want with your team. You know, he can help you draft, and I guess, why not? Why not? The Collusion Aloha squad. I mean, do whatever you want. If you want to do that, go ahead. That would be kind of interesting. But if Aloha is in the Moon Man League, he can't do that. If he's got his own team in the Moon Man League, he can't do it. We got to have one. We can't have somebody scooping up two teams. So let's let Aloha decide if that's what he wants to do. Let's get on over to the mock draft. Let's kick it off. The mock draft begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll drop another link once we have another draft set up. So let's get into the draft right now. The first overall pick is going to a man called DJ, then Navage, then Belichick yourself, then Fantasy 98, then myself, then Rock Out, then See You Soon, then Just for Fantasy, then Bubbles, then Double A, then Aloha, then Trey. Chase goes number 1 overall. Is somebody on the phone line? Oscar, what's up, my guy?
Hey, what up, Smitty?
What's up?
Hey, I wanted to call in real quick to see if I can go over a trade with you.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'll go over real quick. So someone sent me an offer. Essentially what he wants is my Ramondre Stevenson for his Swift, Eric Gray, I'm not sure who that is, and a 28-2. And this is in a super flex.
Let me write this down. You said he wants your Ramondre Stevenson?
Yep.
And you're getting what?
Swift, Eric Gray, and the 28-2. The draft is still ongoing. I think we're in like 22nd round or something like that.
No, man. I mean, like, this is a guy I like, but this is a guy that you're getting in the 6th round for a reason. There's a lot of risk. It's kind of baked in, but it's risk. This is a 3rd round player. Dynasty redraft. Top 5 running back. Top 5 to 7 running back. Absolutely not, bro. You'd be getting smoked. He'd be getting you.
Got him.
Yeah.
You don't want him calling up and saying, Smitty, you know that caller you had just a little while ago, Oscar? I was the one that took him, and I'd say, go get him, bro.
Got him.
You don't want that. Stevenson, put some respect on Stevenson's name.
Oh, yeah, no. I think the only thing I guess that intrigued me was the whole Swift talk we've been having recently. So I
know that could get you excited about, but you got to keep it in context. He's exciting in the 6th, 7th round. You know, he's fallen in the 6th round for sure now, it seems, but it depends. Smitty timing out. I haven't timed out. I took Cooper Kupp, bro. What are you talking about? So, don't do that, bro. Like, if he gave you a 1st rounder, I still would have hesitated. I would have been like, where's the 1st rounder? Because if it's like a 10 overall, the 10 overall is not that crazy. If it's an early 1st rounder, then I probably would take Swift in an early 1st rounder. I don't really know how I value Stevenson long term, to be honest. Like, if this wasn't in the context of this conversation, and you said, hey, how do you feel about Stevenson's long term value? I probably would have started off with I don't know. I'm a little hesitant on Stevenson, but depends on what we're talking about. And so what you mapped out was something that's even more, red flags and questions. Even though I like it in 6, 7 round territory, it's a totally different thing. Totally different thing, bro. Just absolutely not even close. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right. Let's get on over to this right here. Hold on.
Appreciate it, Smitty.
Yeah. So come back with another offer though, or cook up something different. Like, go to his roster, see what's up, and try and cook something else up. because I think you definitely, could make a move. I'm not so sold on Stevenson that I wouldn't trade him. Like, I'd definitely trade him, but that's not the move. That's not the move. Okay, I'm on the clock here. All right, bro, call back if you got another one.
Appreciate you, man.
Later. Okay, so I've got a couple of seconds here. Let's see here, 20 seconds. Someone said I was going to time out. I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm proving you wrong, buddy boy. DK. Let's go Josh Allen. Let's assume Hopkins is landing. Let's assume he's getting Hopkins. All right, there we go. Russian collusion, Smitty. Can I Aloha and I partner up? Aloha, did you want to partner up or did you want your own Moon Man team? And keep in mind the Moon Men. If you win the Moon Man League, you don't become a Mars Man. Your card will always be a Moon Man. But there's something special about Moon Man. Moon Man came before Mars Man. You know, so there's some, you know, Mars Man card is it's a little more. There is the phone line perk. But Aloha, you are the second highest super chatter of the year, and you claim that you're going to take the throne again. So you're going to have a lot of power anyway when you call them to the phone line. But I think you know, I'll add some perk to the Moon Man list that makes it really nice and appealing still. But man, I mean, if you win and you climb into the Mars Man and you're the first Moon Man to infiltrate the Mars Man League, there's something fun about that. So, you know, you decide what you want to do. We'll certainly fill the Moon Man spot, so I have no problem with you doing that. But it's up to you. It's up to you, bro. You do what you want. Pal Derby, appreciate you. Pal Derby, if you want a Moon Man card, let me know. Email me. thefantasyfootballshow.com. Hit me there. Hit me there on the contact form. Look at this. Look at this draft. Okay, so Chase, JJ, Bijan, McCaffrey, Cooper Kupp, Tyreek Hill. Let me get ready and queue some players so I don't get left in the dust here. There's probably somebody down here that we don't see. God, this is just such bad. It's still bad. The ADP data is still bad. Debo's too early. I kind of like, I mean, ETN's a little early, but I kind of like ETN here. I like the Kupp, Josh Allen, ETN combo. That's pretty nice. Blackbeard sent me an email. Okay, Blackbeard. If my spot on the Moon Men is locked, if I actually get in, then no. But if I don't, you know, you're right. I actually wrote you down on the piece of paper here. You have a spot. Ada has a spot. You have a spot. Everybody else that said they've emailed me, I haven't locked you in yet. Blackbeard, are you wanting in? I'm going to write you down if you do. Great Scott says Chiefs need a good wide receiver. He'll do great. I mean, that's it's a good opportunity for all sides. I mean, it doesn't affect Kelsey too much. I mean, maybe a little bit. It's got to affect Kelsey a little bit, but not a ton. And the fact that it really doesn't hurt a whole lot of people, though, as much as some of these other landing spots, like in Buffalo, Kincaid gets hurt. In Philly, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith both get hurt. It's not a good situation for some of these wide receivers if Hopkins lands in one of their wide receiver rooms. B-Rob going to be the biggest bust in NFL history. Bijan? You talking about Bijan or B-Rob? Because Matthew, you know what's funny? Matthew, no offense. You can call in if you want to discuss it. You know what's funny is anybody that's negative on Bijan, they don't get his name right. They don't get his nicknames right. They know nothing about him. Like, no one calls him B-Rob. B-Rob is Brian Robinson, And Bijan's just Bijan. Nobody even decides to nickname the guy because Bijan deserves to be said. He deserves his name to be said with respect. And, anybody else that's called in to say something like, Double D dropping a 20 gifted memberships right on screen. Look at this monster. Double D coming in strong with the 20 gifted memberships. It's unreal. Lone Sentinel getting a gifted membership. Just like that. Just because Double D said so. Double D coming in like a machine. Does anybody know who Double D is? He's the highest super chatter in a single live stream with the eggplant 500 emoji that you can find now in your YouTube exclusive memberships. And this guy's dropping 20 gifted memberships, as did at the top of this thing. Gifted, TMT gifted 10, and DW drops 20. So there goes another 30. And look, you'll see your name on the screen if you ended up getting one. But anyways, my whole point was this comment here, and I appreciate you. The phone lines are open if you want to come call and discuss and fantasy explain me as to why Bijan Robinson is going to be the biggest bust in NFL history. Go ahead. I'd love to hear your take because I have no idea how anybody can think that about this man. He's phenomenal. There's no weakness. There's no hole in his game. This guy's freaking mentally astute and articulate and hardworking, and he commands respect wherever he goes. He's humble. He's hardworking. Did I mention he's an absolute machine on the field with no hole in his game whatsoever? I would love to hear somebody come in here and give me a valid reason to be concerned about Bijan Robinson, who you can't even say his name right. Your nicknames aren't even right. You pronounce it Bijan or all this. Everybody's got everybody that calls in that's negative doesn't know anything about him, it seems. They don't know a single thing. Kermit got one, DJ Speedy, Gone Rogue, Sandu got one, Will got one. Electro got a YouTube exclusive membership. Gabe got one. Big Kermit got one. List goes on and on. You see him on the screen. DW, the man, the myth, the legend. Okay, I'm almost on the clock here. And I have to say there's a couple players. I'm on the clock now. This is a pretty decent guy to maybe select here, Calvin Ridley. I think I'm kind of fortunate that the ADPs are jacked up because he's normally a third rounder. DK's interesting here. Running back, Javonte, no, can't go any of those guys. Tight end, can't go. I mean, Hawkinson's okay. I could cue Hawkinson. I think I'm probably going to go Calvin Ridley here. I kind of like DK Metcalf, but Calvin Ridley as my fourth drafted player is a whole lot better than as my third drafted player. To me, that package is in a boatload of risk. A boatload. Gibbs or Kenneth Walker this year. Give me Gibbs. I love Kenneth Walker. If you give me Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet, now we're talking about an even Steven, real hot debate that we'd have on this show. But if we're talking about just Walker versus Gibbs, give me Gibbs. Give me Gibbs. I'll take Gibbs. Gibbs or yeah. CH was undersized 4.6. Bijan is 4.47. You're safe on the Bijan take. Smitty is 2 picks away from the turn in last night's Garrett Wilson draft. Let's go. Smitty is 2 picks away. Okay. Good. Wait, here we go again. You just proved my point. But John, look at I don't even know how else to explain I'm right on this every single time. Look at, he doesn't even know how to spell his name. Bijan Robinson has holes all over the place. He can't even run a route correct. 28-3 bot. What are you talking? Call in, Maddie. Call in. This is nonsense, bro. I appreciate you, but this is nonsense. I don't know what you're talking about. Zach Charbonnet will be this season's Kenneth This season's Kenneth Walker. Could be. All right, here we go. So Kyle Pitts is there. Not too early. I'll cue him in case I time out. I'll time out on him. Wide receivers, Mike Evans. I don't know that I would take him here. I'm just queuing some people up that I do kind of like. Pickens, I like. It's a wee bit early. Aaron Jones ain't bad. I think I'll go Aaron Jones. I don't have a whole lot of Aaron Jones. I feel like this is pretty decent. I feel like it's pretty decent. You're live on the show. Who's this? This is Maddie. Maddie, first of all, I'm good, bro. Props for calling in, for one. But explain yourself with this Bijan slander. Oh, hold on one second. We got a Mars man calling in. It wouldn't let me add. Hold on. I might have to have you, Mars man, call back in. If it doesn't let me add him, I might have to disconnect and have you call right back, because for some reason your phone line, bro, I think it's because you're calling in for an anonymous. I don't know why it's not letting me add anybody else to the call. Here, hurry up with your Bijan take, and if the Mars man calls, I gotta grab it because this is a Mars man. All right, go. Yeah, go. Hit me with it.
Pretty much, I felt like he's definitely gonna heat it up on Atlanta. He's definitely their first off. When
That's it? That was his take? All right. That was so weak. That was the weakest take I've ever seen. Collusion, I don't know why it wouldn't let me add your call. Collusion, Marsman extraordinaire. You're talking to one of the Marsmen 12. This is one of the 12. Russian. You vault above anybody when you call. Any of the 12. This is what I said. This is why the Marsman card was so important. What can I do for you?
What's going on, Smitty? Just enjoying the show. I stayed up a little late tonight. Of course, I'm on the East Coast over here, so I know Aloha has done so much for the channel, and I just wanted to offer that up to him. So if he does not get, which you already said you're going to give him the Moon Men one, I'm totally fine. That's great. You know, I just wanted to offer it up because he does do what we, Ron Navy, me, there's a lot of them out there. Silver, there's so many of them out there that just support you, and that's what we need a lot of on this channel, and because you do just an awesome job. So
thank you, Collusion, and I appreciate all your gifted memberships, your super chats, you being a part of the Mars group. You are one of the 12. And when you call, the phone line stops for you. That's part of the perk. And I tried to warn everybody how cool the perk was going to be, but once it was gone, it was gone. And you gotta definitely subscribe to everything, because these things go quick. I can't control the excitement some of you guys bring to this stuff, and I love it. I love that you're excited about the show. But yeah, Aloha is going to get a card. He'll be in the mix, and appreciate you extending that to him, though. That was really nice of you.
all right, now let's see what I don't know how you're going to say it, Bajan. Let's see what this caller's got to say.
He hung up. He got scared and hung up. He just giggled and left. Yeah, that was it.
You got to know that he's done it, right?
I don't know. I don't even know.
He doesn't have an argument. What's the argument? He's another one of those people that, you see he's a Bruins fan, so he's very upset about, them losing, being number one all year long and losing. Yeah. It's just like, don't take your emotions into another game. It's a totally separate game. Bijan's going to be awesome this year. If he's not, guess what? He probably, and I don't want to wish this on anybody, he probably got hurt or something like that. So, enough said, he's going to be awesome.
Yeah, Bijan has no hole in his game whatsoever. All right, hey, Collusion, appreciate you. And obviously, call back if you have another question, or you can stay on the line, whatever you want. I'm going to review these teams, but appreciate you, man, and thanks for being a part of the Marsman Club.
Hey, why don't you post the other one before this one's over, and tell these people that are in this one they can't get in, so us other ones can get in.
Which one?
On this one here, because you said you're going to do another one after this.
A mock draft, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna get off the line so I can try to get prepared for that.
Okay. Thanks, man. Later.
Thanks, Smitty.
That's a Mars man. That's one of the 12. That's one of the 12. We're gonna have an animation for it. I'm gonna have all their names on screen whenever one calls in. We're gonna glorify the 12 because they stepped up and got a Mars man card. And the Moon Man cards are on the way. I think they get delivered tomorrow, so I'll be able to show those, and those are gonna be glorious too. The only difference will be the phone line access. The glory of calling into the phone line and getting right to the front, no matter what. You just dial in and this it. Everybody else gets put on hold. I answer that phone. I run to it like it's the bat phone, in the White House. It's what it is. Okay. All right. Here, let's get into the reviewing of these teams. So Chase, Chubb, Adams, Herbert, Goddard. Oh, got the wrong screen up. Chase, Chubb, Adams, Herbert, Goddard, Mike Williams. Very, very solid, other than I just don't believe in Adams, but that value is understandable. I talked so badly about Adams this season that he's fallen to 3.1, and at that point, why would you not, So I get that, and that's actually a good team. Jefferson, Pollard, Gibbs, McLaurin, Hawkinson, Tony. Very interesting. We'll see if Hopkins rains on Tony's parade and makes that pick a little bit less attractive. Bijan, Burrow, Andrews, Metcalf, Dobbins, Keenan Allen. That's a fantastic team. Just fantasy. That's probably Belichick yourself. That's probably a top. I mean, if JK brings it, bro. I don't really love Keenan Allen, but if JK brings it, that's such a strong squad. I mean, balanced. It's good. It's very top 6. Very sneaky. McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Waddle, Trevor Lawrence, Kittle, Addison. Very solid team if Henry stays healthy. This is my team. Cooper Kupp, Josh Allen, Travis Etienne. Cooper Kupp, Josh Allen. Hold on one second in case I missed it. If I missed a call, I'm sorry. Cooper Kupp, Josh Allen, Travis Etienne, Calvin Ridley, Aaron Jones, George Pickens. I really like the squad. My running backs are a little on the light side, but they're kind of intriguing. They're both running backs that could potentially pull in a lot of passes. I think Etienne is being put in a box right now where people are saying he can't be a wide receiver / running back, that they would have already done that by now, but he had essentially his rookie year last year. And so I think a PPR door can be open that we have not seen get open yet. Ridley, Pickens, Kupp, not my favorite team, but it's a decent squad there in Snipe City. Rock out, Tyreek Hill, Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker, Lamar, DJ Moore, Kamara. Tough team, top 6 team. Very good job. And A.J. Brown, Hurts, Stack, London, Mixon, Pierce, Freiermuth, pretty good. Diggs, Olave, Fields, Swift, Pitts, White. That's very a decent team. I like it. Eckler, St. Brown, Jacobs, Hopkins, Hollywood, Prescott. Interesting you get the 2 Cardinals once Hopkins is gone. That's an interesting approach. Not a bad team. I'm just not a big Jacobs fan. I know it's good value essentially for a guy that did what he did last year, but I still don't believe in him. Kelsey, Mahomes, Stack, Higgins, Devontae Smith, Sanders, Cooper. Very, very interesting squad. JT, Barkley, Watson, Najee, Waller, Dotson. Top 5. I like it. Good job, Aloha. Lamb, Garrett, Stevenson, Debo, Dalvin Cook, Judy. Don't love Judy, but I love everything else about this team. You're a top 6 team. I don't know if I ran out of top 6 spots, but that's a top 6 team as well. Trey, very good job. New mock draft link inbound. I'm going to grab the 12 spot this time and get on the other side of this draft and drop the link right now in the live chat. There it goes. Boom. Go get into the said live draft right this very second. And we'll fill this bad boy up and we'll start. Mars Men Card Club. Listen to the metal card hit the desk. Listen to the metal card hit the desk. These will be on the way Monday to all the Mars Men card holders. Appreciate you. Moon Men cards will be here either tomorrow or Monday, and then I'll ship those bad boys out once we get the entries in. So far we have Aloha, Ada, DW, and Travis Rowe. Those are the Mars Men extraordinaires. Only 4 of them yet. So hang tight. Let's get over to the draft. Let's start it off. This will be the last mock of the night, and then we're going to do the Garrett Wilson jersey private draft. Here we go. Draft begins. Draft commences right now. What's up, Terry Roberts? Appreciate you. Terry Roberts, a Mars man extraordinaire. Maddie 23 says $4.99. I don't think that was Maddie that called, right, Matt? Let me just see if Matt said that. Matt says Celtics in 7. Maybe Celtics in 8, Matt. Matt says, let's see. Not scared, just dog started barking, didn't want to ruin the show. Oh, okay. Matt, call back in then. I would like to hear your Bijan argument. And I appreciate, look, this makes me think Matt's not a troll. Anybody that comes in and drops a super chat after they called in and they're talking about, that's not a troll. Maddie's not a troll. I'm sorry, Matt. I take it back. I thought you were a troll. We get a lot of trolls that call in and do stuff like that. So, Matt, my apologies. You would not have done that if you were a troll. So, I appreciate you. And the phone line's wide open. And don't worry about your dog. Call in. You let your dog be on the best show, the best fantasy football show in the world, pal. Like, you're just, holding your dog back from glory. Yeah, Matt, don't do that to your dog. Deserves better than that. If he wants to be on the show, let him.
Oh yeah, I know. I should go take it. I let him outside for a little bit so I could sit his take real quick.
Yeah. All right, bro. So hit me with your Bijan argument.
Okay, so I hope you enjoy that $5. I hope it goes to something good.
It made me realize you weren't a troll, so I appreciate that.
No, absolutely. So all right. So Bijan, he's definitely a great pick. Like Jonathan Taylor is definitely up there, I feel like, but he had an off year last year. But Atlanta, I feel like sometimes just ain't like that. Yeah, they're good, but do you think their O-line's good enough to help him out back there, or what do you think?
Well, they're the number one running team in the National Football League outside of the Eagles in terms of volume. Algier was fantastic, so much so that people still to this day that are Bijan haters, they say things like, Algier is good enough. Why did he need to draft a running back? Algier had a great year. The fact that they didn't have Kyle Pitts to even help Ritter or Mariota stretch the field was, even more evidence that this offense can improve. And the fact that Ritter did connect with London to the tune of about 1,400 yard pace, right around there, in their 5 games played together on the exact 5 games out of the season, the momentum was there. There's a lot of upside there. Ritter's getting written off, I think, too quickly. I'm not saying he's a top 10 running quarterback, but he's getting written off too quickly as somebody that can't become not Goff last year, but maybe Goff in previous years, where he's efficient, not great. Nobody loved him, but he was a pretty decent quarterback. Ritter did everything with just London. What you're handing him is a top 5 running back and a top 5 tight end to go along with what he disappointed everybody with last year with just one guy, London. So it's what team has the talent of a Bijan and a Pitts? Not very many. Not very many teams have that amount of talent. Just in general. And you're going to hand Ritter that much more talent just that he hasn't even played with yet. So Ritter should do well. Atlanta's pretty tough, bro. They beat the Niners. Yeah, there was some, I get it, there's some injuries. They beat the Niners. I think AA came in here and broke it down. And almost every single game was a very close loss that they lost. They were a tough team. They were a very tough team. And Bijan is walking into probably the number one volume-based rush attack in the National Football League that averaged good yards per carry last year. So I guess I would say, what evidence do you have that they didn't run well last year or that they won't this year? That would be my question.
Well, no, pretty much my argument here is yeah, I agree that he's a fantastic running back, but I just feel like he could definitely fade at being the 3 pick. You feel like you might want to pick maybe Cup or somebody that you just know is gonna have a dog of the year, unlike him. But he definitely has the potential to be like that, like all that shit you were just saying. You know what I'm saying?
But does that? But you said the reason why I guess I'm coming so strong at you is you said he's going to be the biggest bust in NFL history.
Absolutely. You give me somebody like Ramondre Stevenson.
So,
but he could definitely go somewhere around 3. I feel because the Pats don't have the best offense. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for that. The Pats don't, that they don't have Edelman. They don't.
But you just said you like all those people. But the reason I'm confused, Matty, is you said you liked him. No, I do like him. He's actually a good running back. And then you said he absolutely could be the biggest bust in NFL history. That I'm just not understanding the two different stances.
Yeah, I'm just thinking he's not falling top 10.
So that would be but even if he did, let's say you're right, that would be the biggest bust in NFL history. You do think I think you're overstating it. I think you could at least admit you're completely exaggerating.
All right, maybe back off him just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. But
right.
But I mean, do you think this is a psychology of me, bro? I have a psych degree. This is the only place I get to use it, so let me dabble. But do you think part of why you're against him is because you want to prove you're right based on previous predictions, or you're doubling down on the doubt that you've kind of been talking about consistently? Like, is there a chance that you're just trying to double down and you're just not is there a part of you that wants to change directions in this stance? Like, just down deep, just be honest. Is there a part of you that's like, I don't know, maybe I do like him. Like, maybe I'm going down this road. No?
No, I just think third pick like him, like just being tossed out, like you just think of like Dijon Robinson, and like I just don't feel like he's just one of those big names in the NFL, like that you just know is going to get you those points. Like he's not no Jordan Love, no Ramondre.
Will you do me a favor? I'll do the same for you if you call me in. Call in and talk to me about it. Once he becomes, and he will, the player that we've been talking about, call back in and say, Smitty, you were right.
I was right. All right.
I'll do the same.
That agreement.
I'll do the same. I'll do the same.
I'm not trying to be a troll one bit. I love watching your videos and stuff like in all your lives and shit.
Appreciate you.
I thank you for taking this time, but I really just don't think he's gonna be.
So,
but you know what? I'm gonna respect all of the work you put into fantasy and all of this.
I appreciate that.
You think he's gonna go top, and you think he's gonna do great. I'll admit it if I'm wrong. I
will say this: if I didn't have stuff to back it up, like some tangible evidence, I still would tell you it. I would still say, just like I did with Arian Foster in 2010 on NBC Sports Radio, I said he will be a top 1 to 5 running back in the National Football League. And bro, I had nothing to go on but watching him for 2 games in week 16 and week 17. I had nothing. It was an eyeball test. It was an eyeball test. I got made fun of. He was a 5th and 6th rounder. It was the year LaShawn McCoy was also a 4th and 5th rounder. And those are my 2 biggest breakouts. And easy to say McCoy, you saw that coming. People didn't, because he was a 4th and 5th rounder. But Foster was a 6th, 7th rounder, turned into about a 5.5 to bottom of 4 by like September. And you sometimes all you have is the eyeball test, bro. And I am more gut driven than I am analytical and stat driven. Does not mean I don't use stats to support my analytical and gut instinct type analyst behavior. I use a lot of stats and a lot of data. But I do get coined as a gut-driven only guy because I do go out on limbs a lot and say, look, we don't have much to go on, but I'm telling you, the vibe, the look, just everything going on, the situation, the way the player carries himself, the work ethic. I'm telling you right now, bro, this kid is special, and everyone that runs into him, you talk to analysts and people that are covering the combine, people who are covering the NFL draft, they're just talking to the kid, just talking to him. Like, I liked him, but I know this sounds like people would say this, I know this sounds crazy, but just talking to him, I know he's going to be special. Just having a conversation with him. There are some players that you just know, bro. And I have a lot of the statistical stuff to go on. I mean, the guy has measurables through the roof. He really doesn't have any holes. I know you said he has holes in his game. He doesn't have holes in his game. He can catch footballs. He's amazing. He could be a 50+ reception player this year as a rookie. He can catch 50+ receptions as a rookie. And Arthur Blank, everybody in Atlanta has already said we're going to use him in the slot a lot. And when he was interviewed, he said that was confirmed. It's true. He's going to be in the slot a lot. He's going to be catching passes like crazy, bro. I'm telling you. Make an investment in him. Trust me. In one of your leagues, at least one of your best ball leagues, make an investment in him. Don't just be sitting there without a single
All right,
share.
so
Otherwise,
if
you're going to keep.
I have that third pick. You want me to take him?
I'm not saying
believe
I'm not saying you have to take him at 3. I'm saying, would I take him at 3? I have. Have I taken Christian McCaffrey at 3? Yeah, I've mixed it up. I don't think it's crazy to mix things up. If you can trade down, it's even better. If you've got another pick somewhere, 7, 8, 9, it's even better. Because if people are thinking like you in the league, there's a bunch of people that are like him. There's a bunch of people that don't like him or think he's okay. And then there's 1 or 2 guys that love him. Be the guy that loves him. Grab him at 6 or 7 and win your league,
I have another quick debate. I had this pick, and I was talking with a bunch of my friends. And what do you think about Jimmy Garoppolo over Derek Carr? That was.
I mean, have you watched my show recently? If you haven't, it's okay. But I literally destroyed Jimmy
tuned in
Garoppolo
like a week
every
ago,
day.
but I've been busy past that. I've been working nights, and it's been busy.
Jimmy Garoppolo isn't even healthy. He just had surgery. They revealed as soon as he signed his contract, he had another hidden injury, bro. And he just had surgery. His week 1.
So in that draft, I definitely made a bad pick.
Yes. He's
And
questionable.
Then Devontae Adams over Olave. That's probably another bad pick.
Yeah, I would say so. I think you need to
But
watch more of the show.
Especially because he's had a lot of disagreement with the organization. But like Adams has definitely had a great pass in his career. Like he can put up numbers, but like Olave, dude, it's so hard. Like I don't know. I guess
bro, what has Adams done? What has Adams had in his corner every single year he's been in the league? Either a Derek Carr who just force feeds a wide receiver and he throws downfield. He makes his wide receiver, he locks onto one wide receiver, makes him a vertical threat, exactly like Aaron Rodgers. It's not identical, but it's very, very close to parallel. What is Jimmy G not like? Not like those guys. And when anybody says he's Adams, but he's Adams, he's gonna do. No, we don't know what Adams is or how well he'll do without a vertical threat passer. Now, will he be force-fed? Probably. But I have a feeling these 8-man fronts in this situation I don't think the Raiders are going to live anywhere near the red zone. So
do you think Olave will be 1 to Thomas, or do you think Thomas will be number 1?
I think Thomas will be lucky to play 5 games. I think Olave's top 6 wide receiver bound, and it's not even like close for me. Like I have to handcuff myself to my chair when I'm at the 12 pick to make sure I don't take Olave at the 12-13 turn. And I just, this is a steal here. This guy, Rock Out, just grabbed 3 of my favorite players in 2023 in Bijan, Olave, and Gibbs. Automatically he's going to get a top 3 or 4 ranking in my book for this mock draft. I'm telling you, bro, Olave to the moon. I mean, look at this. I don't know if you can see the screen right now, but let me play it for you. It's Olave to the moon.
A top 5 wide receiver hides among the people. His cost of entry is near illegal. Few see him coming. Many stay away. His name is Chris Olave.
Do you think I would spend the 2.5 hours it spent me to probably create that animation and graphic if I didn't believe if I didn't believe in my bones that this guy's gonna be a top 5 wide receiver? Now I will say I miss all the time, bro. I throw thousands and thousands of predictions out there every single year. I am not going to be perfect, but when I look at a guy like Olave, when I look at a guy like Gibbs, when I look at a guy like Bijan, I see absolute superstar. There's no question for it. It's not like Clyde is a guy I liked who is exciting. He wasn't a superstar. He was exciting. And, you look back in retrospect and there's a lot of mistakes that are made over the years. A lot of people like Clyde. It wasn't just me. He was going in the top 12 in pretty much every fantasy football draft around. And he absolutely busted. Red flags will be careful to ever, replicate or not overlook. We definitely won't overlook those things again. There's a lot of reasons to be concerned about. Hey, I don't know why it's not letting me answer calls. I think it's because you're anonymous and I can't answer it. So next time, if you're okay with it, I'm not sharing your number, but I can save you in the system. I'll know you're calling. I'll be able to answer, but I got to answer.
No, you're good. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Russian's calling in, and I got to answer his call. But appreciate you, bro. Thank you for calling in, Matty. You're the man.
Absolutely, man.
All right.
Thank
later.
you, Mike.
I disagree with him, but at least he's respectful. We thought he was trolling because he hung up earlier, but he was hanging up because his dog was barking. Collusion, call back. For some reason, I couldn't answer that call. Collusion. Need Collusion to call back. I disagree with him, but at least he's respectful. But here are the teams right here. We got Justin Jefferson. Russian Collusion, one of the 12. One of the Marsmen 12. Russian, what can I do for you?
Well, first of all, I wanted to say I misjudged Matty also myself, so I wanted to thank him for calling into the show. And Matty, I want you to think about something else. What show can you ever call into and actually talk to the host? There's no show out there like this one here.
I appreciate
so
that.
Keep
Collusion.
viewing it. That's all I got to say.
I appreciate that. Collusion, thank you for calling in. One of the 12. One of the 12, ladies and gentlemen. Justin Jefferson, Higgins, Pollard, Aaron Jones, Herbert, Kincaid. Very decent team. I'm never a huge fan of Higgins as my second drafted player, but it's still a good team. Chase, Chubb, Burrow, Double D dropping another 20 watt on screen. Look at this man. Look at this man, Double D, coming in strong. Double D listening, but also working on guys' taxes. I'll tell Mrs. D-Dub it was a $2 hauler, but missed the decimal. Oops. D-Dub dropping another $20 wad on screen. D-Dub, appreciate you. Appreciate the highest super chatter of the year. The man that we call Eggplant 500 dropping the 500 watt on screen as he's doing taxes listening to the show.
Mashed potatoes!
Everybody dropping Eggplant 500 in the exclusive emojis, please. And if anybody wants to knock, I want to be a little sad the moment someone knocks him off his throne, because the Eggplant 500 is just a fantastic emoji that DW graced us with when he won the top super chat spot of the year with a $500 wad the other day. And DW is a member of the Moonman Card Club. So DW is going to be getting a Moonman card, and he's going to be in that league. We appreciate him. Let's see here. 135 of you in here, only 61 thumbs up. Terry's not happy. Terry says, hit that like button, people. He said, let's match these numbers up. Let's do it live. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate it. Terry is one of the 12. Terry's one of the 12. And let me just say this. Terry's one of the 12. And guess, somebody gifted Terry his spot in the the Marsmen Club. Someone gifted Terry his spot. The man that we're talking about, it's an anonymous gift. His name starts with an R, his first name. It's the his last name's the opposite of the Army. And this man said, I want Terry in, and he bought Terry's way in to the Marsman. Terry was willing to do what he wanted, but this guy said, I want Terry in. It just, what a heart this man. First name starts with R. Last name could be Army, but it's not. It's the opposite. And appreciate his anonymous purchase of Terry's entry fee. Just what a dude. What a dude. What a dude. What a dude.
To the moon.
Appreciate that. Okay, so Chase, Chubb, Burrow, Hopkins, Pitts, Juju. I don't like the Juju pick. Oh, no, Juju. I thought it was Juju Smith-Schuster. That's JSN, thank God. I was about to say, Bengal bro, I don't know what you're doing. This is a good team. This is a really good team. This is a top 6 team. I like it. Chase from the 3 got McCaffrey, Hurts, Devontae Smith, Hawkinson, McLaurin, Ayuk. Pretty solid. Bijan, Olave, Gibbs, Lawrence, DJ Moore, Pacheco. Probably top 4. I love it, Rockout. That's fantastic. Your top 3 are fire. That's when drafting Gibbs in the 3rd is kind of okay, but like you want to have him fall, but you know you're not going to get him back late 4th. Diggs, Josh Allen, Adams, Ridley, Dobbins, Goddard. It's a very good squad, DJ. I do like it. Even Adams in the mid-3rd, I mean, you're packaging in a lot of risk, and I don't think you're going to get Adams in anywhere in the late second in the normal draft. It's just here we're low on them. So don't expect to get that value on draft day. But Tyreek Hill, Hall, Stevenson, London, Pickens, Waller, top 6 team. Absolutely love it. This one, Cup, Waddle, DK, Lamar, Mixon, Sanders. Don't love the running backs, but I liked what you tried to do there. You did similar thing that I did. You went no RBs until the 5th round like I did, and we'll get to my team in a second. JT, put the board up, Smitty. Oh, God, sorry. At least you could hear me. Thank you, Terry. So that was this team. Cup, Waddle, Metcalf, Jackson. This one right here, Hill, Hall, Stevenson, London, Pickens, very solid. This one, Diggs, Allen, Adams, Ridley, Dobbins, Goddard, gotcha. This one right here is my favorite team so far. It was Bijan, Olave, Gibbs, Trevor Lawrence, DJ Moore, Pacheco. Very, very good. Frake went 4 running backs. He went JT, Henry, Najee, Swift, Evans, Hollywood. That actually turned out pretty good. That actually turned out pretty darn good. That's a pretty I don't like this. First of all, you took Swift way too early, Frake. You took Swift way too early. He's a 6th rounder. 5.5. You should have got him in the 5th round spot. But like, you still got a good team. Like, I don't love Hollywood, but he should see an uptick in targets now. Mike Evans is kind of underrated in the late 5th to 6th round. That's crazy. That's crazy. You still got decent wide receivers considering what you did there, but that's good. It all depends on Henry. He has to stay healthy. Loha going Kelsey, Mahomes, Walker, Watson, Dotson, Charbonnet. Charbonnet's a little early. Try and go 2 rounds later in your regular draft. You're in a draft full of people. I know you just wanted to see him there, but you definitely don't need to take him there. You drafted another stellar team, Aloha. This is a top 4 team without hesitation, assuming you don't waste the 6th rounder on Charbonnet. At least wait until you come back into the 7th round and reach there. He's not going in the 6th round anywhere outside of our community. Anywhere. You would easily get another like Waller. No, you don't have Pacheco. You would have got, if you got Pacheco here, if you would have got Pacheco and then we assumed you get Charbonnet, I don't think you could have drafted a better team. I don't think it would be possible from this draft slot with the snipage going on. So that would have been, just keep that in mind. You did very, very good. Still top 4. Easily. Eckler, Barkley, Etienne, Keenan Allen, Judy, Kittle. Very solid. Lamb, St. Brown, Jacobs, Andrews, Pierce, Cooper. Solid. Your first team was a lot better. I'll just say that. I'm not a big Jacobs fan anyway. A.J. Brown, Garrett Wilson. This is me. Fields, Debo. I went 0 RB, baby. And I normally would take Javonte a whole lot, not a whole lot later, but like a half a round to a round later. But this felt like a pretty good approach, and I would have probably doubled up with another RB like Charbonnet or something like that. And Aloha, took him, but normal draft without you guys, he would have probably been available. We got one of the 12. We got one of the Marsman 12 on the line. A good draft, everybody. We're gonna drop a Garrett Wilson private draft in a second. This is Rock Out. He's one of the 12. Rock Out. What is up, my guy?
Not much.
Marsman 12.
You remember you did a KC like only team like last year?
Yeah. 2 years ago. Yep.
Or 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Would you do a all Eagles team?
I would do partially all Eagles team, but when I did the full KC team, I did it in an expert league, and I wanted to try and test out the theory of if you had all KC Chiefs, and assuming they had a baller year, and they didn't have as big a year as they could have had, so it was kind of like a mixed bag of results. But I drafted every single Kansas City Chief player, and I took it a level further, and I said I'm going to cut everybody that is not a Kansas City Chief player. I'm not going to roster anybody that's not a Chief player, and I took a complete 0 on the bye week, and I just wanted to try it. I wanted to see if I could make the playoffs. I wanted to see if I could win playoff games. I wanted to see what would happen. Collusion dropped a $20 hauler, and Matthew Boyd dropped a $5 hauler. Appreciate you guys. Collusion said, Smitty, what are your thoughts? Smitty, what are your thoughts on Pitts having surgery on his MCL? We don't normally see that. Do you think he could be a bigger issue? Also, they just brought in Jonnu Smith. We're going to have to wait and see on Pitts. I have said that there's a little bit of caution and that his ADP droppage, based on all the concern about Pitts being ready, should be ready, they say, but just the concern about all the reports about him still rehabbing and being, on his way back, that should package in the risk, because he'll drop at least a whole round. Like, I've seen him going like 6.5 to 7. So I'm willing to take that chance on Kyle Pitts at that territory for sure. So it's a great question, but should bake its risk right into it. And then this one right here, T-Law, Bijan, Gibbs, Kamara, Olave, Watson, Pickens, Dotson, Kincaid so far. Should I handcuff Miller with Kamara? Yes. And that's a fantastic team, Matthew. That is what I'm talking about. So Matthew, is this this is the best ball? T-Law, Matthew, you just drafted a potential winning team right there. I love it. I love it. Fantastic team. Great job. Get Charbonnet if he's out there. Get Pacheco. Those are a couple other guys I would add to this arsenal. Thank you, Matthew, for dropping the super chat. Rock out. What were you saying right now?
Yeah, talking about the like an all Eagles team.
Oh yeah, all Eagles. Yeah. So, if you had Hurts, Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, and Swift,
Goddard,
and Penny and Goddard, I do think you would probably make the playoffs. I really do. I didn't make the playoffs with my all KC team, but they kind of fell a little flat at times that year. It just wasn't the perfect year to try it. So that's why I say a mixed bag of results. But if you were to get all the Philadelphia Eagles and don't quite do what I did, you have some guys that you can rotate in and out, and you've got, for a bye week, you can fill up a okay roster or whatever. I do think you'd make the playoffs, and I do think you'd kind of be a contender. And when you look at it, you get A.J. Brown in round 1, Hurts in round 2, and get lucky and get Devontae Smith in round 3. You can get Swift and Goddard, and you can essentially draft that entire team without much of a problem, assuming Devontae Smith falls to you in the 3rd round. That would be the only sticking point you could, and you'd have to have the kind of the right draft selection, but I think you easily could do it. Yeah, and I think it has a better shot. I think it has a better shot, given that we just saw AJ Brown and Devontae Smith both become top 7 wide receivers. That was crazy. The one thing you got to wonder about, though, is that if they bring in Hopkins, then all of a sudden that screws your plan up. But you could maybe get Hopkins too. You could maybe get all 3 of them. And in a best ball, it'd be fun. In a best ball, I love it. In a best ball, it'd be very interesting. In a regular redraft, it'd be a little bit tougher to see it winning, but it'd certainly make the playoffs, I think.
That question: are you totally avoiding the Rams running back?
Yeah, for the most part. I think Walker. I think Akers is not a player that I want to own. I just think he's okay. Sometimes he falls to value where I'm I honestly say that's pretty decent. That's not actually a bad value, and I can admit that. I can be very honest and objective about it. But am I still drafting him? No, because push comes to shove, somehow, some way, I still find a player that I like better, where Akers is even when he's falling into steal territory. Somehow, some way, I still sit there and I say to myself, I'd rather have this guy. I'd rather draft Charbonnet than Akers. I just would rather have a Dotson than Akers. I find myself always having that opportunity presenting itself to me and never having to pick Akers. It's not that I wouldn't in the right circumstance, but I just don't have to. I'm dropping the Garrett Wilson Best Ball Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty draft link right now. Watch how quickly these things fill up. They go so fast when I drop it. I can't even I'm trying to pull up the screen right now, and I have a feeling that there'll be 2 spots left by the time I just click the button. So I'm trying to pull it up. Hold on one second. Where is my...
Yeah, I got in.
Here it is. 2 spots remain. Can I even show you the screen before they're all gone? And I don't even pin the link.
Hey, Smitty.
Hold on one second. We got the highest super chatter of the year in a single live stream on the line here. DW with one of the 12. Rock out. DW, what is up, my guy?
Oh, I'm just listening.
Yeah. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, first of all, being the highest super chatter of the year, first and foremost. How does it feel to be the highest super chatter in a single live stream with your eggplant 500 emoji?
Well, the eggplant 5 is great, but I just want someone to take over. Just
Yeah, you're done with it?
Take over. Just
he's had enough.
Someone can do it.
Someone take his eggplant 5. I bet you whoever takes over the eggplant, or I'm sorry, whoever takes over the highest super chat of the year requests to keep the eggplant, and they want to make it eggplant 700, eggplant 650 or whatever. But what he's
501, whatever. Yeah. Just take it.
Yeah,
just
somebody he wants to get rid of the eggplant, guys. So somebody please drop a bigger super chat than 500 in one live stream so he can't sleep at night. The eggplant's haunting him.
I mean, I'm doing these guys' taxes, and I just can't do it. So
he can't focus. He's got this eggplant emoji just flashing before his eyes. It's so bright. He's having nightmares. Hey, DW. You're a moon man. Congratulations. And you've earned that. Are you predicting how many years is it going to take you? And don't be modest and say, "Oh, I'm just a novice." How many years is it going to take you to win this league? Because you stay in it for life as long as you want. How many years will it take for you to win the league of the Moon Men to get into the Marsmen League? Because the winner goes into the Marsmen League and infiltrates the Marsmen. Is it going to be year 1? Is it going to be year 2?
I'm a rookie, and you guys are way above my league. So I'm going to say 4 years.
Yeah, eggplant hanging over his head, says Frank. Hey, who's your favorite player in 2023? Give me your favorite breakout, DW. Who's the guy you're most excited about that's going to break out and have a great season?
I'm going Bijan.
Bijan, I like it. That other caller, Maddie, we respect Maddie. Maddie was very polite. I took him wrong because he called in and then hung up, but then he super chatted and said his dog was barking and he didn't want to ruin the show. So we misjudged Maddie completely. Maddie's a good dude, but I disagree with him, but respectfully. He doesn't like Bijan, but he just took him and had an amazing draft. I think he's open-minded to it. Or he wouldn't have taken him in that best ball draft. He did fantastic. That team was absolute fire, Matty. You did good. Bijan, to me, do you have him as RB1, RB2, RB3, RB4, RB5 in 2023? Rock out, you're up.
Yeah, where you got Dotson, the 6th or 7th round?
Dotson, I think he's like 7. I think fortunately he's in like the 7th round. Like get him as late as you can. Dotson's fantastic, man. Dotson's fantastic. Who are you taking right here, Rock Out? You're on the clock. Are you contemplating a couple people or? It's my pick in the Garrett Wilson draft from last night. Let me go over to that one. Active Battle of Moon Men 2022. This team so far, I've got JT Harris, Aaron Jones, Amon-Ra, Drake London, Pitts. It was a weird team. I wanted to try something different. I'm not sure I hate it, but I don't love it, but I don't mind it. It's actually a pretty decent, unique team. I don't think I'll go QB there. I don't know that I'm going to go RB here. Maybe
Quick cut. Haven't got him in a while.
Who?
Cup.
Okay. I don't mind that.
Haven't got him in a while.
Let's see. Javante's decent. Let's see. Do I need a wide receiver though? Yeah. That's right. I'm gonna go that anyway. Wide receiver, I'll go Jameson Williams. We'll just get Jameson Williams. Okay, let me get back to this draft here. I'm probably almost up in this Moon Man slow. No, that's a poodle. This is where is this one? How many picks away am I? Rock Out, how many picks away am I in the draft?
Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 or 5.
Here it is. Okay. So you took Cooper Kupp. Rock Out took Cooper Kupp. This is the board view here. It went JJ, Jamar Chase, Bijan, Christian McCaffrey, Cooper Kupp, Tyreek Hill, Terry Roberts is on the clock, followed by, 899. Then, I don't know some of these names, man. I don't want to mispronounce them, but Q and, okay. Reactors, that's Ada. DW, are you doing taxes right now?
Yeah, man. I do taxes for importers and exporters.
Do you do taxes like all day long, or why are you doing taxes middle of the night all the time?
The decimals, you move the decimals around, you get good results.
Okay, but do you do work all day long or just at night though?
No, I'm 24/7. I'm on call.
Oh wow, that's one of those jobs. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. So you found this show. You need a good night listen, a show you can listen to at night. I don't know if you know the schedule, but Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then during the season, Sunday, I'll be live on Sundays too. So good little show for you.
I know the schedule. I just had to listen in on. I miss the lives. I just have to listen in on the next day.
Well, not if you're working at night, because we're live almost every night at graveyard time.
Well, I figured that out.
Yeah. Yeah, someone says he does the mob's taxes. Maybe. I mean, if he works for the government, that's almost the same thing. That's
No, Denny. I do Denny's taxes.
Denny.
Importers, exporters.
Importer, exporter, yeah. Importer, exporter taxes. Set times. My times are pretty much, if anybody wants to know the schedule, it's Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, every Monday through Friday. So I go live more than anybody. My show is 7 p.m. every single day, Monday through Friday. That's my main show. This is not my main show. These are the graveyard shows. This is the midnight Eastern. I go live at midnight Eastern Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. During the year, I also do Sunday. We do the waiver wire show. So really, during the season, the only graveyard time I'm not live is Monday and Wednesday. No. I probably go live up to the Monday night game too. It might end up just being Wednesday during the year that I'm not live at night. But I'm live at 7. This is night as well, but early evening, 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. That doesn't change. So nobody's live more than this show. Truly. All right, I'm on the clock. Ada took Kelsey. I'm on the clock with back-to-backs. Garrett Wilson's there. Seems to be my jam. Whenever I'm in this situation. I'll probably go Garrett Wilson and St. What? Let's go Garrett Wilson and... You know what?
Gonna do Wolfpack?
No, I might go quarterback here. Yeah, maybe I'll go Wolfpack. I'll go St. Brown. So went St. Brown and Garrett Wilson. Why not? Do it live.
Yep.
Oh,
Quarterback right after.
I didn't even show my screen. Garrett Wilson, St. Brown. There we go. All right, guys. I appreciate Silver. Silver in the building. Silver's probably the elder. And when I mean elder, I don't mean he's the oldest. I mean he's the oldest follower probably in the building right now. So Silver, appreciate Silver. Silver was in there when I had 3 live followers whenever I went live. 116 of you in here now, and we're in the kind of still in the dead off season. I'm hoping that during the 7 p.m. show we're above 300 minimum during the 7 p.m. show every day during the season. So we're gonna break records this year. We're gonna break records. I appreciate every one of you. I'm gonna file you guys out the phone line. I'm gonna call it a night. Hour and a half is a slow, small show for me, but I'm gonna kick it off here. Let's head over to DW. DW, you have any final thoughts for the night? Appreciate you calling in. He's doing some taxes. He had to step away. We'll come back to him. Rock out. Any final thoughts?
You remember our goal for our subscribers to have over 20K by my birthday, June 30th?
Mm-hmm. We got to get over 20K by your birthday, June 30th. We're at
Yep.
What are we at? What are we at right now? Let me see. Let me look. The exact number is subscribers. I got the exact number here, though. Exact number is 18,534. So we have some work to do. We have about 1,500 subscribers that we need to get. But we do have, yeah, man, we've been skyrocketing on the YouTube exclusive members because of guys like Pal Derby and TMT and DW. DW, you dropping that 20 YouTube exclusive subscriber, you may have just opened up another emoji for us, which is so awesome. So appreciate you, DW. I know you're doing taxes right now, but you probably can't talk to us. Mars Man Rock Out, one of the 12. Appreciate you calling in, pal. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, see you.
Later, Rock Out. DW, we'll see you later, buddy. He's got us on hold. He's on a big call right now, a big tax call. I'm tempted to wait a little bit, but I'm just going to let him go. DW, see you later, pal. Later. Number one YouTube super chatter in a single live stream is that man DW. He's got the 500 eggplant emoji. That's his emoji. He wants someone to come take it from his kung fu grip. And I'd be interested to keep the eggplant going. And if someone drops a 550, we'll just make it a 550 eggplant. I don't know. It's up to you, though. It's kind of cool to have your own avatar in there, so I would understand. I will see you all on the flip side tomorrow. This draft is a slow draft. It's going to take a little while. Let's see what happened so far. It went after I went Garrett Wilson and St. Brown. Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey paired up to Ada, A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts stacked. I like it. Diggs and Adams, CD and Eckler, Chris Olave and JT, Tyreek and Josh Allen. Now the draft's moving. Cooper Kupp and Saquon, Christian McCaffrey, Waddle, Travis Rowe, with Bijan, and who's he going to grab here? We hit 1,700 mid-season last year, I believe. No, Sick Nasty. We were not even close to 1,700. 1,700. We've increased a ton since the season. Like, yeah, no, we weren't. That would mean we only grown 1,500 subscribers since last year, like a year ago, and that we grow like almost 2.5 times. So we were probably like at, I don't know where we were mid-season. Could have been like 12. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure, but we've definitely grown a lot. I think we've grown subscriber-wise. I think we're up almost 1,500 in just the last like 20 days. So definitely, growing at a crazy pace. But I owe it all to you. I work for you guys, so appreciate you. Hit the thumb up button, hit the subscribe button on your way out the door. DW, appreciate you. You're on an important call. We had to bail. Call in tomorrow. Ada says, Smitty, that's somehow my first ever Kelsey and Mahomes stack, so I guess I'm going to see how it's going to go. Attaboy, Ada, appreciate you. Ada, I'll send you an email. Anybody wants the Moonman cards, email me at thefantasyfootballshow.com on the contact form. And probably get in line because the Moonman cards will go quick. The Marsman cards went like so fast. All right, see you all later. Sick Nasty is one of the Marsmen 12. Appreciate you, Sick Nasty. Silver says 35K minimum, possible 150K. Yeah, by December, I would love to be at the like, I think, not just because the number means something. It does mean something. I mean, people say it's not about the number. It's not about the number. It's about what the number represents and how the field, like if we're at 35K, the show is popping in a positive way. And we just got more people in here, and it's going to be phenomenal. And as we grow, we're going to have more giveaways. We're going to have more reach. We're going to have more sponsors. Sponsors lead to giveaways. It's just going to increase for everybody. I promise you. So spread the word, please. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you all.
Brees Hall is 8 foot tall. He will always answer the mother freaking call. Don't let him fall. In the third, don't stall. Just give Batman the freaking football.
He's Brees.
He does a hell of a job.
A hull of a job. A hull of a job.
Brees Hall, please report to the moon.
Kida sa hale bayot.
Later, everybody. Appreciate all the super chats tonight. Super chatters tonight were as follows: Aloha dropping a $5, AJ dropping a $2, Aloha dropping a $2, Rush Inclusion coming in with a 5 spot, Aloha again with the $2, Lancaster with the $2, Sir Isaac $2, Aloha with the $2, Rush Inclusion a 5, Matty the GOAT dropped in a 5 spot after he called in, appreciate him. DW dropping a 20, Russian Collusion dropping a 20, Matthew Boyd dropping another 5, and Riviera. How did I miss this one? Riviera says full PPR priorities in a 12-man superflex. Let's hold on. Riviera, you still here? I got to make sure I take care of you. I'm sorry. I just saw. I don't know if this just popped in, but where are you, Riviera? Tell me you're still here, pal. Tell me you're still here. I need to help you with this. Where's Riviera? 12-man superflex. Thanks, coach. Appreciate you. Superflex. Let's see. Is Riviera here? Please be here, Riviera. I got to help you with this, pal. It's my obligation. I want to feel so upset if you took off. Superflex. It's QB, essentially. And that includes Trevor Lawrence. That includes Fields. That really includes Lamar. So you have the big 5, 6, 7, guaranteed locks for me to go quarterback, all the way down through, obviously, Burrow, Mahomes, Josh Allen, Hurts, Fields, Trevor Lawrence, Lamar Jackson. I said Fields already. Those are all locked in, loaded. And then when you get to the turn picks, kind of is where I start to consider: can I get away with going Aaron Rodgers and Love later, and going JJ or Chase if one of them is to fall because people are quarterback hungry? Can you grab a Bijan Robinson, who would normally go 3 or 4, but now he's going around 12, 13, 14 in a superflex? Can you get Bijan and one of those wide receivers and come back around and get your quarterback stable, taken care of in a way that's still very efficient? And yeah, you're renting Aaron Rodgers for maybe 1 year, but could be 2 years. Jordan Love, it's a little bit risky, but I like that combination. You could even go one quarterback in the third round if you get so lucky and somebody falls. I wouldn't force it though. And then get Sam Howell later and just roll the dice with your QB2 if you wanted to. That's another approach. I don't know if he's still here, or Riviera. I think Riviera may have left. Hopefully he's in here. I don't see him. I don't see him yet. You here, boy? My man? You here, my man? Riviera. Where's my boy at? Look at Bijan and Gibbs. That's Travis. I mean, that's a little early though. It's a little early, Travis. Where's my boy? Where's my boy Riviera? He's gone. Oh well. Somebody sees him, tell him I answered it, and I definitely will help him in the chat. Poor guy. Dropped a $5 holler. I was totally hoping he's going to get help, and then he's gone. I'm hoping he's in here. All right, if you're in here, Riviera, speak up and I'll come right back, but I'm going to hit the outro. Appreciate all those supers. Riviera, I replied to you. Go look at about 1:30 even. Maybe a little bit before that, and I start answering your question. Thank you so much, pal. See you all tomorrow.
Hi, my name is Bijan Robinson. I like long walks on the beach. And, well, I also like scoring touchdowns.